about the videos compared to the shorts? Because I was just looking at some of our analytics today, and like the shorts are doing great, but the videos with the full content and all the good stuff that shorts have, people don't necessarily watch those.
Well, the attention span is very short for. I'm about to give you an answer. The
Okay,
attention
go ahead.
span is very short for people, so people
Mm-hmm.
can watch a video in 1 minute. But it takes
Mm-hmm.
a special type of person to watch our content
Mm-hmm.
for the duration. But I do
Uh-huh.
feel like if a person is driving to work, if a person that's doing work, they can listen to us in their headphones and
That's
enjoy the
true.
content.
Right.
So, and the information we talk about, we ain't gonna get a lot. Like Nicole, she said, I guess she
Right.
Nicole said, I can see the shorts, but I can't see the whole clips. I said, well, Nicole, YouTube
Mm-hmm.
has shorts and you got whole clips.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they pushing shorts because everybody just want that TikTok type of feel.
Stuff. Yeah.
And you may have to search for like click a few buttons to get our full content.
Right.
And she may not know how to click those few buttons, or people don't may know how to click those few
Right.
buttons.
So you just have to go to videos,
You
when you go
do.
on, when you're on our page, and then just scroll because there's a bunch of them, and they have it in the videos, and you can watch the shorts or you can watch the live. So some people may
Yes.
not know that. So
So
that
that,
is some information people need to know.
but I think doing the shorts, they take anywhere from to actually do it anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes, but to
Mm-hmm.
find the sentences the 1 minute I'm going to use, I got to listen
Uh-huh.
to the whole video and watch this.
Right.
Right
What is
now,
it?
right now the time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's smart. At least you're doing that.
So making the video ain't that bad, but I got to listen to the whole thing and write
Right.
down the times of it to
Right.
with a snippet from.
Right. You're doing a great job. Like I said, I got preoccupied with other stuff now. So you're focusing on doing the videos and making the clips and stuff like that. Your latest one, I haven't even watched, but I saw like kind of when you put it up, I
Which
was
one?
like, hot pizza from Dollar Tree. I haven't even watched it yet.
Man, hey,
and
Brandon.
listen, and it's got 500 views. So just something like that, it makes people want to click it. And not only is it's a short, but people really want to see what you're talking about. So I'm intrigued by the title alone.
Hey,
So
that's not the design I like to do. I like to do the two pictures and with the words
uh
in the middle. But I
uh
said, we content. Let's put content up. You may
yeah, and
get
we
an
don't
extra describer.
right, and we don't want to always have like just serious stuff or stuff about race. Like we want to mix it up too, because we want to create stuff that people want to see. We want to talk about all kind of things, not just like the white man is doing X, Y, and Z. Like we can have some fun discussions and talk about different topics like that. So
And watch this, Brandon. The white man ain't really the problem. It's the black man is really the
and
problem.
you know what, and we've touched on that too, but it's like if you read the comments, it'll just seem like we're just one-sided, but we've called out black people, we've called out black people in our own culture pushing the wrong thing too. So if you want to criticize us, that's fine, but make sure you check out all our content, all the things we have to say, not just one segment or a short that you saw and you got in your feelings about.
Well, I don't know again. See, people don't know. I could go. I'm sensible. I understand. I understand both
So
sides.
right, me too. But are you
So
sensitive? Some people are sensitive to YouTube and YouTube comments or Facebook comments because you had some experience in having some people try to attack you in the comments on Facebook too. So how do you deal with that kind of stuff?
it's going how much that feeds in the devil in me. That's all that
Mm-hmm.
is. I said, let me let the devil but kind of the soft devil. I said, let me let the devil come out because in
Mm-hmm.
real actuality, those people don't know what the hell they talking about.
Exactly.
And they going through a power of oppression. So
Uh-huh.
they want to keep the status quo. So they gonna say anything. I don't care how dumb it sound, or how contradictory it is, or how hypocritical it is, or
Mm-hmm.
how non-Christian it is, they gonna set it to keep the status quo. People go to hell because they can have a ham sandwich or a person have nothing else to eat on earth. Now they'll go to hell over that. You know, I got me a ham sandwich, you got nothing to eat.
Right.
I'm better than you, but when our maker come, let's see
Right.
what's going on. I can't say what we gonna do, but I got a
Right.
feeling he ain't gonna do the shit you doing. You know,
And we need people commenting, period, whether it's something good or something bad. You know, that
And that
helps
is-
our channel.
and that is correct. That's why I like every negative comment. Like,
Right.
thumbs up, and a like by the creator. You get it, baby.
And I know one of our videos, you know, you did I'm not sure exactly the title, but like, you know, franchise owner life or a story from a franchise owner or something like that. And I saw
Yes.
one of the comments, he was like, cry about it, something. I was like, you know, like that's how people see it sometimes, or they just want to be difficult. And, you know, we're giving some real game and some information that you're not going to get a lot of different places. But, you know, I understand people are going to troll and do what they want to do and try to, you know, make fun, make jokes and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I don't take it personal.
Yeah, you got trolls on here, man. Some people don't have nothing to do outside their phone or the laptop.
Right.
So they'll create profiles with no real pictures of themselves. It's going to be American flag, or it could be somebody, fictional character drinking some damn coffee or something. and this be all, that's their life right there. I'm all in it.
And literally, we're making videos trying to help put money in your pocket, help
And
put information in your brain.
And speaking on that, let's segue into the screen. Brandon, can
Go
you
ahead.
see the screen on here?
I do. I see it.
All right.
I can't see everything, but
I'm going to give this right here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to type it out for you. This website right here is a website that you can use to search for unclaimed money that may be owed to you. And with this website right here, now I can tell you something. I didn't find no money because ain't nobody gonna owe me no money. But my sister, here's a website, www.unclaimed.org. This website will search databases across the United States and look for unclaimed money that you may be entitled for. So if you type in your name, you type in your address and stuff like that, we'll go through it, and it'll search different states, it'll search different areas, different companies, and you may find money that is owed to you. For example, my sister moved 5, 6, 7 years ago. And somehow the electric company where she moved from owed her $300 something. So when she punched in her name and stuff, she found she owed it. She had to just do a quick little paperwork, and they mailed her a check.
Okay.
Like right now, my grandma died in 2018. Blue Cross Blue Shields owes her estate $60 something. And you know, South Carolina a little difficult. So you got to fill out paperwork, proof of death, and all this other stuff to get that money, man.
Right.
So, audience, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you share this out. But this is a great website, man.
So should people be wary of a site like this? Like, should I worry about my personal information? Like when I input it, is this a government website?
No, sir. See, what's going to happen is once you type in your information, is you gonna have to search by state, and you go to your state's website.
Okay, I got you.
So once you search by states, you leave this site and you go to your state's website. So if you don't trust the state you're living in, you may have a problem. But if you trust the state you're living in,
you're good to go.
You good to go.
Okay.
So this is a quick tip, Brandon. I advise you to look it up.
I will.
But
I'm looking up family members too.
You can save some money. So I'm not going to look it up over the air because I don't want y'all guys knowing my address or anything like that. But this is a good website.
Right.
So that's the money making thing we got today. Follow that website, guys. Get you some wealth.
And if you get some money, put it in the comments. Let us know, like, hey, I checked the website and I got $15 or I got $200, just so we can get some feedback and some interaction with our fans or our followers, however you want to say it.
That will be great. That will be great. Now, Brandon,
what's up?
I'll go now. Since maybe next week, I'm gonna have you lead the meeting, lead the thing.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about, Brandon, what you done for me yesterday.
What did I do for you yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I sent you. I've been checking Best Buy because we talked about Xbox and you getting a new one. So I've been checking Best Buy's website periodically throughout the day just to see if they got some new Xbox Series X in. And I saw one as soon as I woke up. So I sent you a screenshot so you can try to get it. So did you get it?
I got an Xbox, and guess what, audience? What Brandon just done, he showed what a true friend's supposed to do to you.
That's right.
A true friend looks out for your best interests.
All right.
When you have friends, they look out for you, man. Like I remember the pandemic happened and the government was giving out, I won't say free money, but they was giving out stimulus money for certain business owners.
Mm-hmm.
I knew one of our friends had he was a sole proprietorship and he was a 1099 person. So I gave him the information and kind of helped him figure the stuff out, and he benefit from it. Mm-hmm. So good friends look out for each other, and thank you, Brandon.
Right.
But here's the thing. I was looking at the same time Brandon was looking. See, don't help no lazy friends now.
Well, you can still help lazy friends, but you gotta watch it. You gotta watch out for. I said,
this past week, I probably had maybe 5 or 6 occasions that I looked for one, and this how they trick me, Brandon. Every time I look it on my computer, it said, "Oh, ready to pick up." Time I go to the website, the motherfucker don't even be there.
Right, and it's been like 3 times. I was gonna text you because I had put it in my cart. I was like, "Oh, it's good to go." And they got them, but as soon as you go to check out, it's like it's not even there, so it's already gone. But I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna catch one." Right, I'm gonna catch one. I'm gonna catch him one day, and I'm gonna send it to Lewis, and hopefully he'll be ready to buy that thing because you got to be ready to do it. And I was gonna go ahead and buy it. If you didn't get it, I was just gonna go ahead and buy it.
No, buy it for me. You better buy and sell it.
No, but that brings up a good topic though, like buying something for your friend and having them on a payment plan or having somebody pay you back or something like that. I would do it for you. I would do it for you for sure. And I would trust and believe that you'll pay me back because you're the type of person, you're going to be stressed out that you owe me money, like that. And you got the Xbox.
And that's why I want you to pay for nothing. Because I don't want to be stressing myself out paying you back.
Right. Every time you look at the Xbox, you're going to be thinking about me and how much money you owe me for the Xbox. And
I said, no, don't pay for me. Don't put that stress on me. But guess what? Here's another thing, Brandon.
What?
Now, I like credit cards, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like personal credit cards. I like store credit cards because they give me opportunity to create an income stream. And also they give me opportunity to leverage my credit versus my money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people may say get away from credit cards, and I understand why. Why people say don't deal with credit cards, Brandon?
Because you can dig yourself in a hole easily.
Oh, that is correct. Now, how you won't dig yourself in a hole, Brandon?
Pay your bills when you get them. You don't overspend. You don't treat it as free money. I think people treat credit cards as free money, but I actually pay my bills with my credit cards. We use our credit cards as our cash.
I do too. And then I pay my checking account to my credit card.
Right. And you get points, you get benefits, it's just that kind of thing. If that's what you want to do and you're disciplined enough to do it.
And here's another reason too. Some people they could give you the incorrect bill.
What do you mean?
Man, okay. Imagine you got a utility company. Next thing you know, somebody in the customer service or admin switched some numbers around and they put a fraudulent charge on your credit card. Right. See, if that was on your checking account, that's your money.
Right.
But if it's on your credit card, you got 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. If you dispute it, they won't charge no interest on it until they get to the bottom line, and your money ain't tied up.
Right. That's true.
So that is a good reason to use a credit card. Now, Brandon, I bought that Xbox and a receiver.
Oh, you did?
And you know, my old receiver wanted to fucking work. Time I bought the other one. You know, it didn't want to work for 2 years, but now I say I'm ready to go, baby. I said, you dumb bitch. You jealous. You do up on the other one and you want to work.
Right. Now, and Brandon, stuff like that happen. It does happen. Go ahead.
How did you think I paid for? How did you think I got that Xbox in my possession? How do you think I paid?
I would think you do the Best Buy credit card.
All right. That is correct. I use the Best Buy credit card. Brandon, why do you think I done that?
Because you're not tied up with that purchase right now. And if you want to take the Xbox back, you could just take it back and you're not obligated to pay anything. So,
well, shit, I can take it back. Yeah, I want to take it back.
But I'm just saying, did anything come out of your account?
No.
So it's just like, you know, they just taking it back. No questions asked. No money transferred. Nothing touched your account. Nothing hit your credit.
Now watch this, Brandon. Before using my credit card, do you think all my bills paid for? Yes or no?
No.
You think my bills ain't paid for, Brandon?
You got all your bills paid up now. Month ain't even. We in the middle of the month.
You think all my bills? I got any delinquent bills?
Oh no.
Okay.
No. Okay.
All right. Do you think
they might be due, but they're not? Overdue.
Do you think I can put how much in there? We're just gonna round off to 1,000. Do you think I put money for my retirement this month?
Yes.
Do you think I save or invest any money this month?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think I have $1,000 cash in my bank account?
Yes.
Do you think I have an emergency fund fully funded?
Yes.
I needed all those things before I added that Xbox blah 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 to my credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Because if all those things wasn't reach, I couldn't afford an Xbox Series X. I couldn't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
So since I have my emergency fund straight, since I saved for retirement, all my bills caught up, and I do have over $1,000 to pay cash. I put it on my credit card. Now, in my book, from 0 to 200K. Hold on.
So yeah, you need.
In my book, for 0 to 200K, I teach about cash flow, man. Most people don't understand what cash flow is and how it works. Brandon, what's your definition of cash flow?
Having a steady flow of cash coming into your life, into your account that you can depend on.
Also, you got to look at the cash flow coming out your account.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense too.
So cash flows in and cash flows out.
Right.
I made a decision. I didn't want to put $1,000 cash out all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And Best Buy offers a program. A lot of people doing it now, but I've been using this for 20 years.
Right.
Best Buy offers a program. You see that, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
Interest free for 12 months for any purchases $299 and up. You ever heard of that program before, Brandon?
Yep. I'm on the same one.
So you use that program?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, about this program, what they don't teach you is after 12 months, all interest hits your bill if not paid in full? All right. What they don't teach you about this, after the 12 months, all interest hits your bill if it's not paid in full. Brandon, what you think the interest on Best Buy credit card is?
9.6, hopefully.
Well, Brandon is a little confused right now. He's talking about a credit union personal bank account, but usually store cards are anywhere from between 26 and 30%. Now, this is for store cards. This is for store cards. Let me put that on here. Now, the reason I could talk about this, I got maybe 20 credit cards, so I kind of know a little something about credit cards. Now, bank cards, like Brandon said, right now it could be anywhere from 6 to 30. So you usually get your banking cards from your bank or credit union, but if you go to that store credit card, they trying to get you.
Why? So why do you think they're trying to get you? Why do you think because Best Buy is trying to get you?
They make, well, technically Best Buy probably already got the money, but
right, they should.
Yeah, but then they shift that risk to somebody else. Then they want to get you for the 30%. Right. But they trying to get you because that's how they make their money. They make a small amount of money on the product itself, but they make the majority of the money on people who cannot manage their cash flow, Brandon.
That's true.
That's how they try to get you. And most people can't manage cash flow, and that's why we in the predicament we in today. That's how the saying goes. It's not how much money you keep. It's not how much money you make. It's how much money you
spend.
Keep.
No, but you don't think that's important? Like I can make a bunch of money, but the money that I'm spending, that's what really matters. Like, but it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. You spend or keep, it's the same thing. You know, if you spend too much, then you have zero, then you keep nothing. You spend less, you have something, you keep something. Right. So,
but do you think Americans were wasteful with money? We only living for today. We're not thinking about tomorrow. And these companies like Best Buy, I love Best Buy to death, but I didn't realize how expensive the interest rate was. I just see that, like you said, that 12 months or sometimes it's 16, 24, depends on what it is, I guess, or what kind of deals they running. Just interest free. So that'll, I'll be like, oh, I can do that. I'm sign me up. And if you don't read the fine print, they got you.
Yeah. Have you ever not paid it off before the time?
No, because I usually pay more. Like if it says the minimum payment of $25 or $50, I usually try to double it just because I know I need to go ahead and pay this off as soon as possible, because you don't want to have it lingering. And then with the interest kicking in, if you can afford to put a little bit more on it and it's something that you really wanted, you could have paid the full price, but since you're going to break it down, you might as well put a little bit more on top of the payment.
All right, Brandon, I'm going to show you how I do these things. Since I don't trust Best Buy, I don't trust any store. So I pay my stuff before, but at the minimum, I could pay off 1 month before that interest hits. Right. So that give me 1 month in case somebody do some little funky stuff and mess up the payment.
Right.
So if I take that $1,000 and I divide that into 11 months, that is $90 a month. If I want to get super duper with it, I could pay $100 and pay off a month and pay it off even quicker.
Right.
And since I get paid bi-weekly, every time I get paid, I'll at least pay $45 on it.
Okay.
So you see how this turned a $1,000 purchase into $45 every 2 weeks.
Right.
But you know what Best Buy, what the statement to tell me?
You need to pay $20 a month, your minimum payment.
The statement say this: your minimum payments is $40 a month. Now, Brandon, in my calculations, I just figured out if I pay $90 a month, I will avoid the interest.
Right.
But if I follow Best Buy advice and pay $40 a month, what the hell gonna happen to me?
The interest gonna kick in.
The interest gonna kick in. I end up owing extra $400. It could be $300. Extra $300 after 12 months to put on there.
Right. So why don't they put that on your statement? Hey, the minimum is 40, but if you do what we are asking you to do, it's gonna cost you $300. Just letting you know that.
That's on your statement, Brandon.
It is, but
after 2009, when they changed the credit card reform, that is listed on your statement. The total interest paid if you pay the minimum.
Oh, okay. So they do show you. Oh, okay.
Yes, but you gotta remember, most people like R. Kelly, they ain't reading nothing.
Do you open your statements and read them?
What kind of statements you talking about?
Like if Best Buy send you a statement, or like you say, you can be trying to say the plan and you go paperless. You can check your digital statements. Do you check your statements and read them over?
I look at since I'm proactive, I pay my bill before the statement comes out. So I can see the activity. I can see the activity on my account before the statement goes out. I rarely read a statement. I check my bank account 5 times a week. So I see what's coming in, coming out. If you try to put $1 in my checking account, I will spot it.
Have you ever had your power turned off?
No. How you gonna say I ever have a power turned off?
Because have you ever been 17 years old? Remember that apartment that I had, my first apartment, where y'all came over
up the stairs?
Yeah. Remember they called the police on us one night? Do you remember that?
Wait, hold on. You kind of jogging my memory. All right, what happened?
So it was me, you, and Eric. We was just listening to music, talking. We wasn't even doing much, but the lady downstairs, she was kind of, I think she was in the military or something like that. She was saying that we was stomping around and we always make a lot of noise. She complained on me a couple times, and like I said, I wasn't even doing that. We weren't doing that a while, but we was listening to music. I heard a knock at the door. You was sitting on the floor drinking. So I go to the door and I open. I'm like, who is at the door? And it was a police officer.
Hold on. Was we legal age on it? Oh, was we legal age on age?
I'm not saying you were drinking alcohol, but I'm just saying you were drinking on the ground. And I opened the door and it was a cop. I'm like, oh shoot. He was like, can y'all keep it down? I was like, well, it wasn't even that loud when he came by. He was like, somebody's complaining about the noise. Can y'all keep it down? I was like, oh yeah, sure. No, that's no problem. So he let us go. Cause the police officers, they're going to listen for a minute just to see how rowdy it is. And clearly it wasn't that bad, but he ended up letting us off the hook. But I bring that up just to say when I was renting there and that time that was my first apartment, I think I paid a bill and I was like 77 cents short just because I didn't put the cents on there. And I wasn't looking at the statements or anything like that. They shut my power off.
For a few dollars?
For a few cents, 77 cents. They shut my power off.
They ain't shut the damn power off.
They shut my. I'm dead serious. I didn't read the statements because they sent me a, what's it called? They shut my power off. I no lie. I can't remember what South Carolina power thing was, but and I remember when I called, I was like, I didn't realize that I made the check out too short. I'm not saying that was the first check. Like I was probably behind and I was trying to catch up, but
look, this is how old we are. We had to make checks out.
Right. You got to write a check, right?
Okay, keep going.
And if you mess it up, you know how long it take to process checks back then too.
That's why I said I paid my Best Buy bill a month early because I was doing checks when I first started, and those checks would be
right. And you would mail them in, or you would I guess you could drop it off, but if you do that, you know how long that take for them to get them checks and do it that way. It's just funny.
2 or 3 weeks.
Right. Yeah. So I'm chilling one day. I come home from work. Oh, the power off. I'm like, what the hell going on? So I had to call and they're like, yeah, we closed right now, but yeah, your account is behind. And I'm trying to think how long ago that was. I mean, because things are so different now. Like you can't just pull up an app. We couldn't pull up an app and see our statement and stuff like that. You had to check the mail. You had to look at your bill. That's back in the day when you really had to look at your bill.
Yeah, you're right.
I couldn't just jump on the internet and look it up. You know, it's just a different time.
And had to keep some envelopes and some stamps.
Some stamps.
Gotta get man, stamps last me forever now. Right. Some envelopes and some stamps. Right. These things off and balance your checkbook too.
Right. You used to go to the grocery store, you see women with a checkbook and they write, you know, they write their total down and put their check. And people used to get in trouble. They used to get charges because they would write bad checks at the grocery store. And that's just funny to think about. But no, just a different time back then.
And I remember when they was kind of phasing out checks. Then a person coming in with a check, they'd scan the check and give it back to you. Make sure that money up in there.
Right. And like because before a check is just a legal agreement or something. Like, so if I give you a check, if I'm trying to buy something, like, oh, it's $10,000, let me just write you this check. Here you go. You don't know if I got the money.
They hand you the product. Here you go.
Yeah. And then they process it. They be like, shoot, we ain't got the money, but we have already gave the product away. So yeah, they had to phase that out.
Sure, a lot of places, if you go to real poor places, they don't like credit cards. Don't give me that credit card.
Go ahead.
Because that credit card could be stolen. Because you don't need a pen half the time.
Right.
You swipe it, make somebody signature up, then somebody who got it stolen, I didn't make that charge.
Right.
Dispute the person out of their stuff.
right.
And they gotta give you your money back.
Back when credit cards first came around and people were using them, we used to check your ID. Like if you buy something, you would have to show your ID, but they don't do that anymore. Like you just swipe and you go. It don't matter who credit card you got. They don't care.
Yeah, they were checking my ID on my debit card. I went to Express at Columbia Mall. That's how old it is. Express at Columbia Mall.
Express Man, that little fashion place. Well, not fashion, but dress clothes. I say dress clothes.
Oh well, it was kind of trending there. So I went to Express. I said this is where the button-down shirts was coming in. I said, let me go to Express, get me a shirt. That bill was like $50 or $70. Man, that white lady called. I gave her my debit card. She took my card, took my ID, called the motherfucking in, man.
Oh, dang.
Call it in to make sure whatever they do over there for $50-something for a button-down shirt.
That reminds me. Somebody gave me $100 at the restaurant, and you know how you take that pen and do it. I was like, let me do it just to see, just make sure. But I did the mark and it didn't show up like it's supposed to. I was like, I don't know whether our marker was messed up or not. So I went and got another one and I did it and it didn't show either. So I'm like holding it up and the customer's right there. I'm like, he talking about, well, if you need another one, let me know. I said, nah, I think this is good. I think
hell no. Brandon, you better quit playing.
I know. I was I had to pray on it because I'm trying to give good customer service.
Man, that thing's fake, Brandon. Okay, if you held it to the light, did you see the stripe?
I did. I saw the stripe in the person. I saw the stripe in the person, and it's had that little pocket on it too. So I was like, this has got to be real. But I had to pray on it. I wasn't sure.
But you held it up and you saw the face and the stripe.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you it's hard to reproduce. Now, was that face on it before you held it up?
No.
But you saw it.
I saw it when I held it up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of, because he's right there. If somebody did it to me, I would feel offended. But I mean, the shoes on the other foot, so we trying to run a business. I don't have time to be taking fake $100 bills.
Offended, Brandon. I had that shit done to me with $5 before. He get $5 bill. I had that done to me for $5 before.
Upstate or down here?
I can't remember. I think it was in South Carolina.
Wow.
$5 she checked. $5 bill.
Right.
And that's what got George Floyd killed.
Well, yeah, that's something led to it.
All you had to
that
do,
wouldn't have never happened if they got the fake money through. Did he even have fake money? It was proven that he had fake money.
I don't even know, but about people in the audience, if somebody give you some fake money, you're a cashier. Just say, I can't take this. Give me the damn money back. People say, I want to take it the extra mile. and hold the money and call the police. See, you may get your ass whooped then.
Right. Or kill.
Okay, and speaking on that, let's transition to something, Brandon.
What do you want to talk about? Because it's something I want to talk about, and I'm wondering if you want to talk about the same thing. But go ahead.
What you want to talk about?
Emmett Till. I'm gonna let you talk about whatever you want to talk about. But is that what you want to talk about?
No, I ain't talking about no Emmett Till. And
okay, go ahead.
I ain't gonna arrest that woman.
But I want to talk about that. But go ahead.
All right, okay, let's talk about it.
All right, so how you feel? They want to come after Bill Cosby. They want to come after all these other people. No, lock her ass up. And the people who did it, because they found them innocent. Like her husband and the brother that beat up and killed Emmett Till. They went to trial and they were found not guilty.
And then after trial, they say they done it.
Yeah, they said they did it. And she said she lied about it. Right. So no, lock her up. They tried to hide her. And they said they found a search warrant. I mean, like a warrant served on her, but they never served it way back then. So you got a whole warrant served for this lady, and y'all ain't gonna. They're like, nah, don't worry about it.
So one cop was about to do the right actions, but somebody told him, man, you better put that motherfucker up.
So wait. So cops are out here doing the wrong thing. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. They have a duty. They are sworn in to uphold the law. All that other bullshit they say. So why they didn't act on this?
The majority of the cops do the right thing.
Okay, that's true.
Say that again. The majority of the cops do the right thing.
That's true. I agree with that.
But here's the piss in the water. When the bad cops do the wrong thing, the majority of the cops back to back.
Right. So, and that's a problem. That's the problem.
You're right. So somebody, I guess, wanted to do the right thing. They at least filled out the paperwork. They didn't feel like, usually they don't even do nothing. Somebody filled out the paperwork.
Right, typed it up and everything.
Yeah. But somebody said, don't do that. Don't do it.
So have you ever seen a case where they had a warrant served on a black person? They was like, nah, let's not even worry about that. I know we should serve this, but we're not gonna serve it. Let's just let it slide.
Well,
I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it has happened, but
yes, but none of our cases really get out, man. It really get out. It's a lot of people that go to jail and they innocent, and they don't get out. That's
true.
You had people on death row. You had people executed, and it was innocent.
Right.
So a lot of that stuff they'll get out, and they ain't gonna serve that white woman, that old white woman.
Why not?
Because she's an old white woman.
Oh, what that mean? Didn't they lock up Bill though for some alleged that happened maybe 30 years ago, 20 years ago?
Bill was doing a crime against humanity, man.
This lady too. You know what kind of stuff she started with that? You know what I'm saying?
What kind of stuff she started?
Riots, property damage, just behind her telling one lie.
What riots?
Civil rights movement.
What riots happened?
After I can't remember, but I'm sure they did, because I just know what happened at that time. They had an open casket to show the world what these people did to this lady's child.
Mm-hmm.
So you think we just gonna let it slide? Like this is a part of Black history. What those men did or allegedly did, because they got found innocent, to that young boy. He was 14 years old. That's a child. So some grown men beat up a child and killed him.
Shoot him.
They did
torture him. I think they
right. Yeah, I think they tortured. Yeah, right.
And did throw him in the lake river.
Right. Over something that she alleged and lied about. She said she lied about later. Nah, you have to pay for that. She's gonna pay in her afterlife, but
that's an old lady, man. You can't arrest an old lady like that.
Why not?
You can't arrest old people.
So if she shot me right now, we'll let her. We'll just be like, you know what? We can't even lock this old lady up because she's just an old white lady.
Correct. In one of our videos, the lady walked out the house, called the man down the street, and shot him. And she ain't locked up.
Right. And that just speaks to the problem we have in our society. Some people get treated differently in the eyes of the law than other people.
Well, I gotta say what the majority say. That was in the past. Forget about
it. but what about with R. Kelly? Like you said, they brought up some old charges that were dismissed. They shouldn't have brought up in his new case.
Correct. And audience, I'm not defending R. Kelly.
Yeah, and I think people think we standing with R. Kelly.
Yeah,
and,
I'm feeling the system to be fair now. If shit got off the table by law, don't bring it back on the table.
Right. And what we're doing is making it fair. Like, if I don't agree with R. Kelly and what he did, but I'm not going to sit here and let them do him unjustly just because he did something unjust. We set up this whole judicial system for a reason. We set up the laws and the courtrooms for a reason. We can't just bend the rules and break them however we want just because we don't like R. Kelly. He still owed a fair trial.
Well, I think he probably got a fair trial. That I don't know that sentence was fair, but I watched the first episode of Survivor R. Kelly, like up to date, and the stuff he was doing. Everybody seen what's going on, but ain't nobody, ain't nobody said.
And when we say everybody, we mean rappers too. Like, all the rappers knew what he was doing, and they just didn't say anything.
On the first episode, young lady, she said, I met R. Kelly when I was 14, 17. I was a backup singer or something like that. I remember he used to come down to the high school. I remember he had one of my friends bicked over. Then years down the road, she's still working with him. I saw her and Aaliyah, the door bust open. I said, oh Lord.
On a tour bus. They was on a tour bus.
Yes.
Yeah, like
I said, you've seen all these devastating things, but you still on board. On board with it.
On tour, making money, doing backup stuff. So what, like, if you was on a tour bus and he having sex with somebody that's underage, like, I don't think I'm gonna be okay with that. And it's not just one person, it's multiple people from what we hear. I'm not gonna be okay with that. I don't care how much money I'm making with R. Kelly, because you would have to think, okay, sooner or later something's gonna happen and I'm gonna be implicated in this if I don't say anything.
Yeah.
So, and that happens with a lot of crimes. Like, you doing that's a crime. You do crime with people and you around it when it happens, you're gonna be implicated. You're gonna be a co-defendant.
And you benefited off of the crimes he committing.
Right.
Because he commit the crimes and make the song about it. Ain't nothing but a number.
Right. And we just listening.
But hey, I can't tell. Hey, I just tell this, Brandon. If you end up surviving Brandon as a friend, they ain't gonna have me up there talking about you. I deny. You better get somebody else to talk. I ain't talking.
Right. But if you want some clout, you want some attention, yeah, you'll go on there. You can tell me, yeah, Brandon, that's a cold motherfucker right there. Yeah, I know him all my life. But that's how people do it. And if you're in front of the camera, they want you to play it up. I'm not saying they're not telling the truth, but you have to take some accountability for yourself and what you did. And some people on there did, but like, y'all were there. Y'all could have stopped it. Y'all could have told somebody. I know it's R. Kelly and he's big, but like I said, maybe he was putting a squeeze on people. Maybe he was threatening. Maybe he got a gang. I don't know.
I always say the silence is almost as powerful as the person committing the crime.
That's true.
Like when you see, let's get back to Emmett Till. They silence people. The majority is silence about arresting that woman who told those lies to get a little child killed.
Right.
So silence is like you agreeing with it. It's like you uphold it. It's no resistance. So people fine with black kids getting killed. And watch this. Tamir Rice. You heard Tamir Rice before?
Yeah. This disgusting.
Now watch this. We'll show you something. Boy, I tell my computer don't like we start doing this. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I buy another computer.
I think he's gonna say that. Well, you see, I'm starting with where you were, because remember you used to do it from your phone, and I had the computer. Now I'm on the phone.
Now hold on, I got a quick 2-minute survey, and we'll ship. Brandon, can you see this video?
I can't. You don't have it up yet.
Can you see that?
I can't see it.
Oh, hold on. I see it. Hold on, it's my fault.
Okay, I see.
Timothy Loman shot and killed the 12-year-old outside of the Cadell Rec Center and was later fired for lying on his police application. Investigator Marissa Sines tells us about Loman's new job and why he may already be on his way out.
There's outrage tonight stretching from Cleveland to Pennsylvania.
It's really pathetic and sad that anybody will give this man a job.
Why on earth would you do that?
Timothy Loman, seen here in this Facebook photo posted by Tioga Borough's Council President Steve Hazlitt, being sworn in as a police officer by the mayor, David Wilcox.
He seems shamelessly determined to inflict himself on other communities.
A rural small town in northern Pennsylvania, now the second police department Loman has been sworn into since the fatal shooting of Tamir Rice. In 2018, Loman resigned from the Bel Air Police Department in Southeast Ohio, just days after being hired. In 2012, Loman resigned after only 6 months with the Independence Police Department, after he was told he'd be let go for, quote, dismal handgun performance and emotional issues. Loman was fired in 2017 from the Cleveland Police Department for lying on his job application.
Timothy Loman should never have a job nowhere across the country after murdering my son.
Wilcox is now reversing the decision to hire Loman after a protest today, saying Loman won't patrol at all.
I make his schedule, so I would determine the day that he's actually patrolling, yes. At this point,
and that's your mayor. Look at him.
And sworn him in.
12-year-old Tamir Rice twice in November of 2014. The call into police about a, quote, guy with a pistol later determined Rice was playing with a pellet gun.
When you talk about police reform, I'm having some doubts there, because how do you reform the police department?
All right, we're going to stop it here. So, Brandon, that gentleman, get per this, I guess, newscast, he killed Tamir Rice. He got fired for lying on a police report. Now, people
on his application, they said he lied on his application about, I guess, what? Go ahead.
He tried to go to other police places, lied on applications, or they dismissed him. He got some reason they disqualified him being the police. Now he went to Pennsylvania and one guy hired him. Does this make this guy a serial police killer? You go across everywhere to try to get in, because I told you in our last episode, a lot of people become police officers because they can't do anything else in life,
right?
So, and they want to have a little power on somebody. You know, I ain't gonna say it. But why would this man get bounced around for different places? And why would this place in Pennsylvania hire this police officer who lied on applications, which is illegal, lied in police reports? They got a 12-year-old killed, was illegal, has anger issues and emotional issues. Why would they hire a guy like that?
Because people of the same race kind of tend to look out for each other and try to help one another. It was no way that man needed another job, especially if you do a background check, and they're supposed to do that with police officers, but they don't really care about that. You're going to have somebody that gunned down a 14. Well, I'm not sure how old he was. 12 was 12. Right? 12. He was 12. A 12-year-old boy. That's who you want on your force. And and he didn't get any jail time, right? So
no, he just got fired. He didn't get no jail time for killing him in under 10 seconds. It's like 7 seconds. He got out of the car, pop one, and that was it. No freeze, put the gun down or anything.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, these people have the right to kill you based on decisions that they make in their head in real time, just a split seconds. You know, if you're going to pull up to a situation or an altercation, you don't have to come up with your guns drawn. You need to be more strategic about it. I understand you can't do that in every situation, but life is so precious. You can't restart that young man's life. You can't restart the other guy who died the other day. It's not just another person that died. These people matter to other people.
Now, what can our community do to prevent this stuff from happening, Brandon? You got to give us a solution. We can't just talk about the problem. What can we do?
And in this situation, I hate to say it, but it's not much we can do. We can try to, as men, we can try to be outside trying to protect our own communities, watch our own kids, but that's easier said than done. We can try to vote different people in that, you know, are going to be trying to work for us and change laws in our communities, but that's easier said than done too, and that takes a lot of time.
Okay.
We can write a letter to Joe Biden and have him, you know, pull some strings for us, but is that going to happen? We can't even we can't even get Brittany Griner home. A black woman, might I add, you know, it should be more outrage behind that. You know, it's a black woman in prison for a vape pen in another country.
She had THC in those vapes.
I understand, but she's still a black woman. People want to defend a black woman for twerking, asking for votes. You need to be trying to defend this Brittany Griner and try to get her to come home or have a fair trial. Because, you know, jail is bad, but jail or prison in another country, that's something you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to experience anything like that.
Now, I thought about this earlier this week. Brittany Griner, WNBA players go overseas on the off season so they can make more money because they don't get paid enough here.
Right.
Now, since women makes up the majority of the population over here, why more?
I didn't know what you gonna go.
Why won't women support the WNBA so the WNBA players don't have to go over there?
I've had the same thought. Because, like, if you're a fan of basketball and you're a woman, you would think you would want to see that. You would want to see WNBA players. Like, you can easily just go to those games and make that popular. But I don't know. I think women even know that the level of competitiveness in the NBA is way higher than it is the WNBA game. And it's, you know, it's nothing wrong with that. And it's okay to say.
You know why I think that's about to get us banned?
Why?
I believe that ladies tend to follow the direction of man.
Right. That's true.
For example, Donald Trump, before he got elected, all the ladies, I hate this man. He's assaulting women. But when it comes down to power and position, they went right in that ballot booth and Donald Trump is my man.
Yeah, right. They could have voted for a woman. We could have had our first woman president. And I thought it was a chance that there was women was going to do that, but more women actually voted for Donald Trump. That's just a fact. And why? And like you say, why is that? Like, you would think women would vote for a woman, especially when you've never had a woman president. So, like I said, I guess maybe her base thought we have all the women votes because he just said grab him by the pussy and he got sexual charges with a woman, with a prostitute or a porn star or whatever. So that just goes to show where we are as a country.
Nah, I ain't show you. I'm about to get a little deeper.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
A lot of women across the world stand behind the male and hold them up.
Yeah.
But do everybody over here in America stand behind a man and hold it up? What groups don't do that?
What groups don't stand behind a man and hold them up? I'm not answering that question.
Okay, you better answer that question. And here lies the problems. Guys, you need to start being the person who you should be so you can
That's true.
inspire people. See, I could have said another thing, but we ain't gonna talk about that. You need to start to being the person who you need to be so people, ladies, can see how strong you are, how you carry yourself, how much resources you produce, how much protection you provide, so they can get behind you and stand you up. Because you know, if they stand you up, they standing themselves up at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. So you think people saw Donald Trump, they saw strength in him and voted for him?
White women saw Donald Trump. They said, we get to be the second rank demographic in America if we vote for this man, and we go vote. First rate is white man, second rate is white women. And to keep that status quo, that's why they voted. They voted for power. Now let's look at our community in action. You want to see it, Brandon?
Yeah.
Now, I talk about a lot of things that what Brandon, what it takes to build, man. What do the Black community need to build?
You need knowledge, you need wisdom, you need resources. You need a plan.
You need a plan. All right, I'm about to show you some foolery, man. Now, this is a Carnival Cruise Line.
Uh-huh.
And look at us.
What are they doing? It's kind of choppy. I can't really see.
They fighting on vacation. On the Carnival Cruise Line. Oh, I don't know. Can you see it?
Yeah. Dang.
Good.
Supposed to be on there having fun. Dang.
Now, Brandon, I know I like to try to keep positive, but how can we build a successful community that requires people working together with shenanigans like that?
It's hard, but like-minded people need to be communicating with each other, and that's one of the things we want to do with this channel. We want to try to reach not only men but women too, so we can get on the same page and have discussions and talk about things and talk things out, so people can see our perspective and we can see the women's perspective and try to meet in the middle. We don't have to agree on everything, and we're not here to agree on everything. We can disagree with some of the things that women have, some things that other men have, but we need to be on the same page. We need to be on the same accord. We need to move as one. That's one thing we don't do as a community.
You're right. If you watch one of our shorts, I posted, The Gentleman Talking speaks about our community won't be nothing if we can't come together, work together as one.
Yeah.
And if we keep fighting each other, like Willie Lynch told us to do, put the black person against another black person and separate them on dumb shit, like we're being separated now. We separate of who you sucking. We separate of who you fucking. We separated on X and Y chromosomes.
You're right.
We separated on conservative and progressive. We separate on left or the right. We separate on the working class and the rich. We separate on white schools and black schools. You see all that separation.
Yeah.
And as long as we keep looking at all the stuff that really don't make a difference,
right,
we ain't gonna never work. And the stuff we looking at, the systems we talking about, we didn't design those systems, and those systems not designed for us. Democratic, Republican. In the 1800s, Brandon, you a Democrat, Republican?
I was a Republican.
In the 1800s.
I was a Republican.
In the early 1800s.
Oh no, I was none of that. I was none of that.
Oh, okay. How about
I thought you were saying how they would how they got switched, but go ahead.
Okay. Now,
but
if somebody want to be technical, I should have said Whig Party because there wasn't no Republicans. But okay, tell me this, Brandon. In the early 1800s, did you go to a predominant white school or a predominant black school in the early 1800s?
In the early 1800s, if I went to school at all, it was black.
You was a slave, Brandon. How the hell you can't teach
that's what I'm
slaves
saying.
to read and write?
You're right, but we did have some schooling back then. I'm not sure exactly how, but we had people teaching Black people stuff because we had to learn how to work in the fields. We had to learn how to serve our masters. So technically, we did. But go ahead.
All right, well, Brandon, what I'm trying to say is the system that we follow today is not our system. The system was not designed
of course,
to work for Black folks. And Brandon said we was educated. Yes, back then we was educated, not in reading, not in writing, but we had the technical and skilled labor of America.
Yeah.
So building the boats, we could do that.
We had trade school in a way, like
trade schools.
We were taught how to serve our master, how to interact with our master, stuff like that. We were treated as, we were kind of like cattle. We were like wild stock or livestock, basically.
You want to talk about history? You want to talk about a little history?
Go ahead.
Before the Civil War, all the skilled labor in America was 80 to 90% Black. So if you need to build one of those buildings in New York that's still standing today, it was designed and built Black people.
Well, time out.
Yeah.
But somebody will hear that and they'll be like, well, how do you know that for sure? And I know you know your information and you look up stuff, but how could we tell somebody where to go to look this up? Exactly.
You can't go, you got to read several different pieces of information.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah, it's not going to be all at once, but the skilled labor in America was free. So why you won't use skilled free labor? If
or you're gonna pay somebody, you're gonna
pay a white man
dollar.
And why I can train the slave is 3 generations of doing plain still work.
Right. But some people want to feel like, oh no, my granddaddy did this, or my great grandfather was always.
I'm about to talk. Let me finish talking. I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
Before slavery, we was a skilled work class. Civil War happened, and guess what the United States started to do? And
what?
They started to import unskilled, uneducated people into the United States. They call them immigrants. Especially up north. Up north said, since the Black folks are free, we don't want to take none of these good old white jobs. So let's create laws and immigration policies to send this unskilled labor to America and develop those people to be skilled to work those jobs. And make sure you put unions in place, because we don't want to hire the skilled Black people labor.
Right.
And if you do that for 60, 70, 80 years, that's why that skill shifted from Black people, shifted to immigrants up north.
And white people too. They picked up on some skills as well. But like you say, the immigrants like to say they came over here.
You said white people?
Yes.
Brandon, the immigrants I was referring to are all white.
Okay, but this
ain't no Mexicans. No Mexicans was in New York. No Mexicans was in North Carolina. No Mexicans was in Georgia. No Chinese people was in Maryland. You had your Italians. You had your Scottish. You had your English. You have all the European countries was coming over here because they couldn't build their country up. When people come to America, it's telling you one thing: they cannot build their own country.
But why don't they see that? Why don't they see that? You had to flee a country, to come over here for opportunity, and then
opportunity that we created.
Yeah, that we created. We laid the foundation with pain and suffering and mistreatment. And y'all come over and then start building on top of what we had, and then shit down on us and push us down more. Just something to think about.
No, they see it. They just ain't gonna say it. Like if the Central America, if those people were so great, why they can't build up Central America?
Right.
If Africans was over there so great, why they can't build up their African country? If Europe was so great, it's so great, why they can't build up Europe?
Right.
Because when people come over here to take the benefits that black folks and white folks, watch this, black folks, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Go
black
ahead.
folks and white folks created. When I say black folks, we work for free. White folks, they told us what to work to. Hey, do this, do that, do this, do that.
Right.
So we built that up, and everybody else want to come over.
But let me ask you a question. A lot of people are doing this right now. Would you pack up your life and move to Africa to build?
I ain't from Africa. How the fuck I gonna build a place?
I didn't say that. But you can build anywhere in the world if what you want to. But would you move to another place like that and start your life over?
My ancestors built a home here. They built up here. So why would I tear down my home and go to another country that ain't my home to try to build it up? Do that even make sense?
No, it don't make sense. But a lot of people have done that. They've come over here to do the same thing. They're in another country. No.
You didn't hear my whole statement.
That's true. That's true. It's not.
I said I built up my country here.
Yeah, right. That's the difference.
Why would I tear it down and go over to a place who ain't built?
That's a good point. That's the difference.
Over there, their country is not built up, and they don't have enough skills. They don't have enough people. They don't have the balls to build it up. So they come over here, they take this free ride over here and build their own stuff up.
So if there was another America, would you do the same thing? Would you leave this America for the new America?
Do I have something built in the new America?
Well, technically, in a way, because we're gonna flip the roles. Like it was a group of people. We're gonna say a green group of people. They built it up with free labor. And you can come over here and build on top of them. Would you do that? Or would you stay here?
And I see a better opportunity over there?
Yeah.
Do I have opportunity? Yeah, I probably could go over there and benefit off that free labor.
Okay.
Because somebody already did the sweat equity.
Yeah.
And I admit that. I'm lazy. I'm too lazy to build my own stuff up. I want to build somebody else's stuff.
Well, we're not gonna say that because you have built your life and you're doing well. So we're not gonna say you're lazy, but I get what you're saying.
Brandon, if an immigrant come over here, they ain't coming over here because of the weather. I can tell you that. they ain't coming here for those sunshine and stuff. They coming over here because their country done failed. And they can't, and their country is don't let me talk like Donald Trump.
Right. That's what I'm about to say. But some people will go to some of these countries with their American dollar. Say you can work from home, but you're in another country working, getting paid US dollars, but you're living in Mexico. Some people like to do that.
That's not building it up.
I'm not
living expenses.
Right. I'm just saying what some people do. So you can live like a king in Mexico, kinda, if you can get used to living that way. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't tickle your fancy.
Brandon, you just said something fake on this internet. ain't no way you go. This is a global world. You ain't gonna take no $40,000 US dollars and live like a king nowhere in the world.
I'm not saying that. You would have to still be working your US job. Say you can work from home, but your home changed. So now you're living in Mexico. That's what I mean. So you would be getting paid. Just say you're getting paid $100,000 a year, but now you living in Mexico. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't going to Mexico. Is a broken country. I ain't going there.
But how's it a broken country? Some people want to live off the grid. They want to get back to nature. Want to get back to a simpler life.
Brandon, you got 3 million people bypass. They walk 4,000 miles, bypass Mexico, and said, "Fuck this motherfucking country. Let me go to the Texas border. Let me go to the border and get across."
Right. That's only because they can't generate money in their country. And I guess that's a good topic. Like how can some of these countries generate money, generate resources. It's a huge country. You got land. You would think if you have land, all you need is business. Y'all can't create something and start selling it. It's like, how do you get a country booming? How do you get a failing country booming? Go ahead.
I tell you this, you can't get now. Those countries that America, see, watch this. America, we corrupted, right?
Yeah.
But it's corrupted on one accord.
Mm-hmm.
So the people in control, they all on the same team being corrupted.
Mm-hmm. And controlling other countries and bullying them.
In those other countries, it's corrupted, but everybody want to get a piece of their own. So they can't come up with the same corrupted plan to move forward.
Right. That's a good point, because people like to say how our community is messed up, but in other countries, government is crooked. They're doing all kind of things, and they're oppressing their people to the point where the people feel like they got to flee the country for a better opportunity instead of staying and dealing with the corruption and dealing with the mistreatment.
Ukraine have some of the biggest corruption government in the world.
Mm.
United States is sending $80 billion over there to a corrupted government.
Right.
Where is that money's going to go, Brandon?
That's a good point.
Ukraine used to be a part of the USSR, aka Russia.
But
30% of their citizens speak Russian. They like Russian. Russian has I won't say corrupt, but they got a messed up government. If you send the money, the people who kind of need the money, save, what you think gonna happen to that money, Brandon?
Right? Are we gonna get a receipt on where the funds are going? Or are they just gonna be going to this war that's going on?
You go get a receipt. It's go like on your tax. It says uncategorized expenses. That's all we're gonna say.
That's a lot of money to be
uncategorized expenses. That's all you need to know. As a business owner, Brandon, you have on your taxes, you got something called uncategorized expenses. That means money went somewhere, but we don't know where it went. And we want to write it off. So,
oh Lord, that's funny. So should we? I mean, is this the best plan? Like, I feel like we get some stuff from Ukraine. I know they like to say we get a lot of wheat. I would like to invest our money in fertilizer. I would like to invest our money in another country, see if they could produce the wheat for us, because I don't like how this is looking. Like, I just don't see us keep dumping money into Ukraine for them to win this war or whatever they got going on. So are we just going to keep giving them money and hoping they're doing the right thing with the money?
If I was president, I would shoot down Brandon's suggestion right there. I'm not investing no money in no other country. I want to make the wheat over here.
Well, I agree, but we're not doing that. We've so far away from having factories, having plants, producing stuff here because we want to short change everything. We want it cheap as possible. So we'll have somebody making the product for $5 less overseas, opposed to giving somebody money here, paying somebody fairly over here. And that's the problem. That's the problem with this country. You can't outsource everything. You're supposed to be looking out for your citizens. Pay your citizens what they deserve. Don't try to give it to somebody. And this might sound offensive.
And what do they deserve with no teeth in the mouth? Well, keep going. Keep going.
Well, if they were paid fairly, they'll be able to get dental insurance and get their teeth
they won't, Brandon. I've seen guys have good insurance for 20 years. Every teeth knocked out or black as shit in his mouth.
Well, you can't save everybody, but I just think if we want to be we are a successful company, but I mean a successful country. We are a company too, but
hold on, Brandon. Successful with $30 trillion in debt, but keep going.
Well, all right, good point. We look like we're successful. We like Instagram. We look good, but we really not doing that good in real life. But we got the appearance that we're doing well, and we still can. We can bounce back, but the way we're going, we can't just be giving countries money for wars, and people can't even afford to pay for gas here. They can't find jobs here.
Brandon, you've been talking about bouncing back for 30 years. Now, within that 30 years, China went from the scum of the earth to the second biggest power in the world. So in 30 years, the scum of the earth, I don't mean like scum. I mean,
we don't like them. Let's just say
the GDP, the gross domestic product, and the stuff they was doing over there was messed up. Within 30 years, China bypassed all these great European countries, all these great African countries, all these great South American countries, and went smack dead right next to the United States. Now and within that 30 years, America got worse and worse and worse. So how are we gonna bounce back in your definition?
So you think you think we need to be more cutthroat?
We are cutthroat.
We're not cutthroat enough. Clearly.
Ain't we bombing babies?
Yeah, we are.
So what more cutthroat is that?
Are we moving like China? Do we have control over people like China does and some of these other countries? Do we need to enforce some of that stuff?
One can say we are moving like China. One can say election 2022, half of Americans thought it was fake and it didn't happen, or the votes wasn't real. That seemed like some Chinese stuff to me. You know, that's
but was it? I guess we are kind of starting to hone in on control. Like, you know, they had people mandate vaccines. They're doing a mandate on, I mean, not mandate, but they're getting rid of abortions.
Louis Farrakhan, they shut that man down, and 12 other black people off YouTube. I thought this was freedom of speech.
Yeah. Depending on what you're saying, I guess, right?
And they did it just like China to do. So what's the difference?
We're getting there, I guess. So is that a good thing? Do you think we'll benefit from it?
Brandon, don't mix me with this. I pray. I love God. That's who I work for.
I hear you.
So don't be like, we'll benefit us. Don't mix me with the ways of these stuff like this. Because if a country was built on oppressing and using other people's labor to enrich yourself, and that's what we're gonna continue to do.
And that's why I asked you, would you move to another country if the US started turning into China? You gonna stick it out?
This is my country. I'm black. You go ask this. Black people, shit, you can't kill it. We resilient.
Don't say we roaches.
I'm about to say we resilient. Ain't going nowhere.
Okay, I hear you.
Ain't going nowhere. Look at it. Watch this. You heard of Social Security, right?
Yeah.
For the first few decades, black people couldn't get it.
I didn't know that.
And we was
but like I said, here. Well, we have all this oppression, all this mistreatment. It's like people don't even care. They don't want to think about those kind of things. Like they want to still see it as, oh well, just work harder. No, the system isn't fair for everyone. It don't matter how hard certain people work. You're just not gonna get the same opportunities, the same shots certain people get.
Brandon, if your suffering is feeding my family, putting grits and eggs and bacon on my family's plate, you think I'm gonna say I want to stop the grits and eggs and bacon? No,
but you just said you're not with all the evils that a country doing or people that are doing. You serve God.
You referring to somebody else. And I ain't gonna say who you referred to. You referred to people who benefit off the system,
right?
So if I was them, well, I won't say I think they don't want it. They don't want to change it because they want no grits and eggs. You give them. Black people are the only people when they get paid, they run straight to establishments and give all their stuff away.
Okay, that's true.
Nike shit. Who own Nike? Jordan don't own no damn Nike or Jordans,
right?
Jordan, how many $1 billion Jordan got, Brandon?
Maybe does he have about 2? Because that's a lot of money.
They ain't no damn money. They ain't no money, Brandon.
So $2 billion is not any money.
That ain't no money, Brandon. That's chump change, Brandon.
When you're trying to make change and build, that's not a lot of money. That's enough to get started.
I'm trying to look something up. That's why it's taking me a little long. A chump change.
So do you think some of the billionaires need to link up? We talking about linking up with people in our communities and looking out for our communities. Shouldn't they be making a union or doing something to try to, I guess, create opportunities? Go ahead.
Let me finish my point right quick. I got it up. My computer, boy, I wish I need to get me another damn computer, man. All right. Now this is Nike. How much money you said Jordan got?
Maybe $2 billion.
Oh Jesus! Hold on, this thing. Maybe $2 billion, huh? Now, Nike market cap is $169 billion.
Dang.
So that's not how much the company is worth. That's how much they shares they got for the public to buy.
Right.
So they worth more than that, but this say to the public they worth 169 billion. So when you run out and give your money to Nike, you think Michael Jordan's getting that damn money?
No.
He gets something.
Right.
He gets something, but he don't get how much that company's. He created this. You see this? Nike in the 80s, nobody know Nike.
Nobody cared. Yeah.
It took Michael Jordan, him wearing those shoes. After 40 years, he's worth $2 billion. But the damn company is worth $169 billion, and he's the man who did all this stuff.
So let's think about it, because that's a good point. Because Nike is just a check and some clothes. So let's name some of the athletes that made Nike popular and put them to that. Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, maybe Lance Armstrong. I'll throw him in there, but it's mostly
Those after effects, man. It took Michael Jordan to get Tiger Woods. It took Michael Jordan to get Les Armstrong. It took Michael Jordan to get LeBron James. It took Michael Jordan to get Kobe Bryant. Without Michael Jordan, Nike won't even exist. One can say.
Right. They might be like Reebok or, one of those smaller apparel brands.
And you remember when Reebok was hot?
Yes, I do.
But they didn't have Michael Jordan, though.
Right. And that destroyed them.
They didn't have
that one thing.
AI came too late for Reebok.
Right. But just imagine if Michael Jordan signed with Reebok. I might have a closet full of Reeboks right now.
You're right.
Or British Knight, or whoever Michael Jordan signed with. That's just how impactful somebody like that is.
But here's the thing. Like when black people spend their money, we go run into all these businesses that we don't even own.
Yeah.
We don't own none of these businesses. Michael Jordan worth $2.2 billion. And Nike. And Nike 169 billion.
Look up how much Jordan's brand is worth now, or his shares are now publicly.
You trying to fuck up my computer, ain't you? That's what you're trying to do.
I got running a little bit anyway, but this is a good topic. This is an interesting topic. Because I guess, like you say, when you think about it, that sounds like a lot of money. Like if he was a billionaire, I was like, damn, Lewis is a billionaire. He's straight. But in the grand scheme of things, like you can't change anything. Like you alone can't do anything. You're not bigger than some of these companies. Like you're not bigger than a Walmart or. Go ahead.
See, Michael Jordan is a person. He's an individual.
And
what black people need to focus on, we need to quit going for individual success and go to group success.
Yeah.
See, Nike is a group. It's a system. They have manufacturing. They have employees. They have a management class, upper management class. Also, they
marketing, everything.
It's a group. So the Michael Jordan brand is worth, they say $3 billion. But that's not real, Brandon.
And why you say
Because
it's not real?
Nike parlayed or finessed that $3 billion into $169 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, because if, like I said, if it wasn't for this man, number 23, Nike wouldn't even be here.
Right.
They wouldn't even be here.
But you know, I want to know what kind of deal. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what kind of deal Michael Jordan signed with them. And you know, he had no idea where his career was going to go when he signed the deal. But
I think he signed. This may be wrong. What I'm about to say. I think he signed one deal that they won't give to nobody else no more.
So you think he has some ownership rights or a percentage?
He has a huge percentage of the Jordan brand.
Oh, okay. Well, that's, I mean, you know, that's good, but still, like, imagine if, you know, you're the star, you're the influence, you're the reason somebody wants to buy it, but you're partnered with somebody else that just produce it. You're gonna feel like you doing most of you're the reason that you're getting all the sales, but it's just like they're getting too big of a chunk of your money. But you know, you sign deals, you work with people, you gotta kind of judge. I mean, it's risk and reward with everything. So you gotta try to weigh that out when you signing these contracts and doing business with people.
And also when if you sign the contract, honor that contract. I'm tired to see athletes and music artists. You got Kevin Durant. You signed 4 years, you're supposed to play 4 years. Ben Simmons. You signed a contract, you refuse to play. I'm talking about before your back went out, wherever supposedly your back went out. You refused to play because your feelings was hurt. Be a man, honor that contract. And you got all this money. You say you're so smart. Why you sign the damn deal if you don't agree with it? Miss Megan Thee Stallion, she had to complain about the contract.
Right.
Watch this. Meek Mill, you complained about your contract. And you know good and well, watch this. You needed the money. You liked it.
Right.
It at the beginning when
was
you
perfect
broke.
in the beginning. Yeah, right. But now you know, money. Now you up and you know you feel like you don't need them. You feel like you're being taken advantage of, and you might be now because you're where you are and you don't need them, but before you did need them.
Yeah. And one thing that confuses me with Mr. Rick Ross is, I know you're about to go, Brandon.
Go ahead.
Why Rick Ross a couple of weeks ago was searching to get signed by a record deal?
Oh, he was? I didn't see that.
If you already, I know why you're doing it, but if you supposedly already have your own record company, why you just won't sign yourself or be under yourself?
Yeah, because you already signed to a record company.
His own company.
But I think he has a deal with another company too. Still.
He does.
Yeah, so you can only do so much. Like you would think at a certain point you would just be independent and sign yourself to your own record company. But they can't do it because they're already tied to another record company.
Well, I think I think he may be out of his deal, but he wants somebody else to sign him. Brandon, you dropped off. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Brandon, that must be an omens. You want to give it a cut?
Yeah, we can go ahead. That was just how she was making sure I knew. Because I think she's gonna work this morning, but yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah, I try to do some clip arts for those several videos you uploaded.
Okay.
I get